Hello YouTubers. So today I'm going to show you how to open an iPod Touch 5th generation with a guitar pick, a razor blade, and also one of these little white squeegees that are used to put on screen protectors. And I'm going to show you how to do this with nearly next to no damage at all. I've done a lot of research and I've watched several videos on YouTube, and I haven't seen any repair videos where anyone that repairs these is able to take these apart without separating the bezel from the glass and or damaging the bezel. So I'm going to show you how I take these apart without causing any damage to the bezel and or separating the bezel from the glass. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up the bottom portion of the iPod just to loosen up the adhesive. I usually don't heat them up, but I'm going to heat it up just for the sake of the video, just to show anyone that is not familiar with this type of repair the proper way to do it. I'm not using anything special here. This is just a standard hair dryer from the thrift store. So that's all you need. You don't need to go out and get a hot iron or anything like not a hot iron, a hot air station. So what I basically do is I stick the razor blade into the side of the iPod like this. These razor blades are thin enough to get between the metal housing and the frame of the iPod, and I actually use these razor blades on about 90% of my repairs, and these are just really awesome for getting in between the frame when it's really tight. Anyhow, so when you're putting the razor blade in between here, basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to unclip the bezel from the clips that are inside of the iPod. If you're familiar with where the clips are at inside of these iPods, they're actually within the screen area, the LCD area of the screen assembly. So the clips aren't higher than the top of the LCD, and they're not lower than the bottom of the LCD. So you're basically just trying to do this by feel, and you just want to kind of rock the razor blade back and forth and basically get it to unclip. As you can see right there, it's already starting to lift. So you don't want to put too much pressure on it as to breaking the glass. So do that. I'm going to apply a little bit more heat on it. And basically, what I try to do is I stick the razor blade down in the bottom, and I kind of just rock it a little bit. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a gap that is just big enough. There's a little opening right here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I try to get that just big enough to be able to slide the squeegee right in there. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the squeegee in there. I didn't want to get it in on this side because I haven't released the clips yet. I wanted to get it in on this side. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and release the clips on this side. Stick this in here and kind of rock it back and forth. You can see the glass is starting to lift. Do the same up here too. Alright, so it looks like I have all of the clips released, and basically what I'm going to do is stick this in here, and I'm going to cut the adhesive with this. Well, it looks like the adhesive is already free on that side, so Now I'm going to go to the other side. Ordinarily, when I slide that in there, I would feel a lot of resistance from the adhesive, and I basically would just be trying to cut through the adhesive, but for some reason that side, it just seemed to have slid in real easy. And this is actually the first time that I'm opening this iPod. This is not an iPod, to my knowledge, that has been opened before. This is actually a customer's iPod that was sent to me for a battery repair. So I'm basically just trying to get a gap on the other side over here. And once again, this is something that you kind of have to do by feel. See, got the little open right there. And now the iPod Touch is open with the bezel intact, as you can see there. And I see why this side released so freely. As you can see, the screen wasn't stuck down too much on that side. So this is how you open up the iPod Touch, with just a razor blade and this little squeegee here. I suppose you could use a playing card if you want to, or you could use another razor blade, but I prefer to use something plastic. And I'm going to go ahead and show you this with a second iPod Touch that I have over here. Once again, this iPod has not been opened before, and just to show you it hasn't, you can actually see that there's some damage right here, and that actually goes over the bezel just a little bit. So what I'm probably going to do is take the razor blade and push back this little bit of damage here. It's not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it. Alright, so I'm going to start to loosen the clips like I did with the other iPod. You can actually kind of feel the clips release when you do this. So you can see the screen is lifting slightly. I usually would have this done a lot faster, but because I'm doing this on video and trying to keep everything in frame, I'm going to do it a little bit slower than I normally would. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put the razor blade in the bottom of the iPod. And I'm going to apply some heat to it. Actually, I should take the razor blade out first because it'll get hot. All right. So as I'm doing this, I can hear the adhesive starting to separate. You can see on this side right here, the screen is lifting right there, which means the clips on this side are released. I need to release a clip right here. Alright, so I've got this side completely released. Now I'm going to go on this side. Try to do the same thing over here. Alright, so I've got all the clips released on the iPod. And what I'm going to do now, as I did with the other iPod, is I'm going to take this squeegee here, and there's a small little gap right in there that I'm going to slide this in, and basically I'm going to use this to cut through the adhesive. You don't want to push this in too far because the home button has this little black dot on the top of it, which acts as like a riser to help push down on the button. This one here, the button is different. So this is actually a 6th generation iPod. The older 5th gens have the orange flex cable on it. So I guess when we open this one up, we will see if this one is a 5th generation or a 6th generation. Alright, so it's cutting through the adhesive right now. Alright, now I'm going to use the razor blade down here at the bottom and pry up on the screen. Okay, I have a clip that I still need to release. Okay. Alright, so as you can see here, this iPod Touch has the orange and black flex cable on it. And with this particular generation, these 5th generation iPods, I've repaired a lot of these, and I've happened to notice that even if you do not stick anything around this home button area at all, sometimes what will happen is this little black dot here will actually come loose. And if it hasn't fallen inside of your iPod, which most of the times that doesn't happen unless your home button is stuck, that black dot will actually end up stuck to the back of the home button right here. So in the event that you still have that black dot left here, what you can do is take a small amount of crazy glue and put it on you know, a piece of plastic or adhesive paper, and you basically get the corner of a razor blade and dab it into the crazy glue and just touch the home button with it, and then you go back and get the black dot, and you can try to scoop it up with the opposite end of the razor blade by maybe licking your finger and you know, sticking it to the razor blade, and then you just push it back on there, and then you'll be fine. In the event that your home button has a black dot that's completely gone, what I like to do is I like to take a standard water bottle, like one of these here, and you basically want to take this and cut it into a square, or yeah, square. You're not going to be able to cut it into a circle that small, so you want to cut it into a square as small as you can, or as small as this button is, and use the same method to replace the button that's on here, and crazy glue it back on. So once again, this is how you open the iPod Touch 5th generation. As you can see, the bezels are completely intact, and if I need to seal this back up, I have no problem sealing these back up simply just by pushing them back into place, which I'm not going to do now because I need to change the battery on both of these iPods. So that's pretty much it. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down. You can comment, subscribe. All haters are welcome. Do what you do, and I'm out.